My name is Donna. I'm with Dovan Associates. I am a certified legal document preparer, and we are not attorneys, so we can't give you legal advice. But this video will be a little bit of a pre-information for getting ready for filing bankruptcy. The first thing is our fee. We charge $200 for the doc prep. We have a file setup fee, and then we also are able to run your credit report from all three bureaus. Currently the price for the credit report is $32 for a single and $52 for a joint. So that would be about $247 for a single filing and $267 for a joint filing on a Chapter 7. Basically, when you're filing bankruptcy, the most important thing about filing bankruptcy after you've decided that it's the right thing for you is to make sure you capture all of your information as accurately as possible. If you are watching this video, then more than likely you've already called my office and asked us for a packet, or we are sending you a packet. This is just a quick snapshot so that you can gather all the information that you need, which will help us in completing your file for you. Basically, what you need to do is get everything together, schedule an appointment, bring it in to us, and we'll complete the schedules and kind of go over an interview with you and go make sure that we capture all the pertinent information as necessary and put everything on your schedules in the form that you need to file with the court, and then you can file. So what kind of information do you need? And that's probably the first question you ask. What do I need? What do I need to get together? Well, the most important thing I need is I need income information. Any income that you've earned or not earned, any income that you've received in the last 3 years, we need to capture it, whether it was wages, whether you have a roommate, child support, alimony, whether you have a rental property, or if you're in a business and you get paid through the business, things of that nature. I need to capture as much information regarding your income as possible, so keep that in mind. If you fill out the worksheet, you can put everything on the worksheet, and I don't necessarily need to see supporting documentation, but you will be required to submit some information or some of the supporting documentation to the trustee who's assigned to your case after you file bankruptcy. Just keep that in mind. So we've got the income. First thing you need to do is capture all your income tax returns. You'll need your taxes for the last 2 years. If you haven't filed the current year's taxes, don't stress over it. You want to file timely, and then once you file, then you'll provide that information at a later date. But I do need the last 2 years that you filed so that I can accurately complete the information required there. What else do we need? Pay stubs on your income. I need to see at least your last 2 pay stubs, and I need an average of your 6-month income for you and your spouse if you're filing together. On my worksheet, there's a place to capture this, and there's instructions throughout the worksheet that kind of gives you examples of what kind of information I'm looking there for that in that particular area. But if you're not sure and you just bring me your pay stubs, we'll capture it and we'll figure it out for you. So don't stress about it. Just make sure you have that information. If you don't have any pay stubs, if you're self-employed, and or if you have any unusual circumstances, just talk to me about it and I'll tell you what I need and how we can capture that information. If you've been involved in any court actions, whether you filed for divorce, whether somebody else has filed for divorce, whether you've been sued in the civil arena, justice court, if you've received any kind of legal documents, anything you have on that case would be good to have. Doesn't matter if it's from Arizona or if it's from another state. Just make sure you provide me with all that information so I can make sure all the parties are noticed properly. You want to make sure everybody gets notice on your case. That brings me to creditors. You may have had charge-offs or collection agencies and you're wondering, who do I list? Do I list current creditors? Do I list collection agencies? How do I know who to list? Well, I want to list everybody. Anything that's not listed on your credit report, or anything that may have been charged off and sold to another lender, any other collection agency that's trying to collect for somebody, I would like to know everybody as possible, anybody and everybody. And if you're not sure, rather than filling out my worksheet and putting each one down, bring me all of your bills and statements. We'll put them all in there. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So definitely keep that in mind. We will pull your credit report, or I'll ask you to provide us with a credit report And all of that information will go into your schedules, but sometimes collection agencies and when accounts are sold, they're not listed on there, so you want to provide us with as much information as possible to make sure that you complete your goal of filing bankruptcy in the first place. So that brings us to the next part. So if you're involved in any businesses, if you have any whether you're incorporated or unincorporated, if you have any interest or whatever in any businesses, I need to know that. I need to know what your capacity in the business is and who you're in the business with, when it was incorporated, what your business does. All that information can be captured on my worksheet. If you have any questions about that, if you're self-employed and you're not really sure how to capture your income from that, just let me know. We'll talk about it and we'll go through all that, so that's not a big deal. If you have signed any contracts in the last 2 years, or if you're involved in any contracts currently, we need to list that information. That would include a residential lease, a vehicle lease, cell phone contracts, and then any other contracts that you may be in. Timeshares, if you have timeshares, we definitely need information on the timeshare, who it's with, if it's paid in full, things of that nature. Bank accounts, if you have any bank accounts in your name or you're associated with any other accounts that are joint with somebody else, I need all that information. I need to know the last 4 digits of the bank account. I need to know what kind of account it is, what bank it's held with, and who you're listed on that account with. We'll cover how to handle all that stuff when you come in. If you have any vehicles that are registered in your name, whether it's a regular vehicle, recreation vehicle, pop-up trailers, whatever you have, quads, anything, all that stuff, anything registered in your name, I need to list on my schedules and statements. I need to know the make, model, the year, make, model of the vehicle. I need to know the value, I need to know what the mileage is, and I need to know the condition as well as the lien holder if there is one. Keep that in mind. The trustee sometimes will ask for a blue book valuation of your vehicle. So if you want to bring that in, you can bring it in prior to our appointment. If you want to just wait until you send in your paperwork to the trustee, we'll go based on a guesstimate that you give me. Keep that in mind. If you have any weapons registered to you, I need to know what the make, model, and caliber is and how much you think that's worth. I need that for each weapon that you may have registered to you. If you have any life insurance policies, I need to know who the beneficiary is, what the death benefit is, and if you have any cash value. If it's just a life insurance policy through work, then I can list through employer, typically has no cash value, I'll list that information. If it does have cash value, we need to know who holds the policy and a policy number, so that's something you can start doing your research on. And also, if you are the beneficiary on anybody else's life insurance policy, or if you are the trustee of somebody else's estate, I need to know that information so I can accurately capture it in my paperwork. If you have a 401k, a retirement fund, an IRA, or any annuities, I need information on that. I need to know approximately how much you have in that account, who holds it if you know, if it's through work or whatever. That should be fine. I think the other thing I need is businesses. I don't know if I covered businesses or not, but we'll go there. If you are part of any business or if you're incorporated or unincorporated, I need to know who you're in there. I think I went over all that, so that'll be just a repeat. If you have any other assets that you're not sure of, just let's talk about it. If there's anything that you have and it needs to be listed on the schedules, we can review it and I can let you know where it goes and how it needs to be listed and things of that nature. So don't be afraid of discussing that with me. The primary thing is you just want to realize that the information is only as good as the information that you provide me. And when you sign these documents and you file them with the bankruptcy court, you are swearing under oath that all the information is accurate, you didn't omit any information, and that you're not falsifying information in any way, shape, or form. It's best to be as truthful as possible when you're filling out these documents, because if the trustee should find something as they're going through it, then it could create some issues for you later. If you have assets and things that you're not sure of how it's going to happen or how it's going to work, or if I think it might create a red flag, I can't give you legal advice, but I can say you might want to research this, or you might want to get a consultation with an attorney, and I can refer you to an attorney. So that's not something necessarily to worry about. And then the other thing to really think about is the worksheet that you're completing. It's only a worksheet for my office. It's just to keep on my file and to help us capture the necessary information that you need for the schedules and statements that you're filing. If it's easier for you to bring everything into us in a big old pile, that's fine. We'll sort through it. We'll put in everything that we need. I'd rather have too much information and not need it than not have enough and whatever. But just keep in mind, if you come in and you filled out the worksheet and you're not sure if there's anything else you need, I can send you home with homework, and you can just get that information back to me, at a later date or when you come in for your schedule. So just don't freak out about when you have the information and how it's going to work, whatever. We'll work with you and you can work with us. So don't stress. The hardest part of bankruptcy is deciding to file. And once you decide to file, then the next hardest part is finding someone competent to handle your services or to prepare your paperwork for you. And we are absolutely the best choice for that. So don't worry. You're in good hands and we'll take care of you. And then if you have any other questions or if there's any special circumstances, just talk to me and we'll kind of go through it, and I'll let you know what needs to be done. If you need an attorney, I can refer you out to an attorney, and then we'll kind of work it that way. So this is your pre-file information, kind of a synopsis of all the information that I need for your schedules. Follow the worksheet. If you have any questions, put a question mark on the worksheet. We'll go over it in your interview. And then just give us a call and schedule an appointment to come in. We can have you ready to file in typically 3 to 5 days, depending on our workload. But if you have an emergency situation, wage garnishment, or other reason that you need to file immediately, we can offer an emergency petition. So just inquire about that when you give us a call and let us know that's what you need, and we can take care of that. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Schedule your appointment. We're at 623-594-8987. We are located in Surprise, and all of our address and information is on our website. We're at www.dovanassociates.com.